With your latest update for Tuesday afternoon, February 2nd, 2021, this is the latest. Wall Street trades up for the day, ending sharply up, about 1.5% with the Dow, and Nasdaq up 1.5% as well. Meantime, Jeff Bezos is stepping down as the CEO of Amazon. He will remain on with the board. Elsewhere, the incredible great news from Congress, as your third stimulus package ostensibly has now become law because of the anchoring of it to a reconciliation package and 100% support of the Democrats. The bill will become law ostensibly as early as the end of this week. And elsewhere, new progress for vaccine distributions, as Pfizer announces 200 million doses will arrive 2 months early, and the Biden administration announces major rollout of vaccine distributions in pharmacies across the country, so you can get vaccinated at your neighborhood pharmacy as early as the next couple weeks. These are the breaking details from Wall Street to Main Street, from my home to your home. This is Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Afternoons LALATE with big updates across the board, from Wall Street to Main Street, with details about stimulus and details about Wall Street and details about the vaccine distribution. A big day with big news across the board, and I have a lot to cover, so make sure you subscribe. This is the jaw-dropping best channel there is around the clock, delivering 24-hour news reports from Wall Street to Main Street. Earlier today, we broke the first report anywhere that your third stimulus package will be becoming law. So make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And if you're not become a member, consider becoming a member. The link is in the description, in the pinned comment, and also in the top of the chat. This is a Purple Power, Purple Hawk, or Pop, or Calcino VIP. In today's recording, I have a lot to go over. First, the breaking news out of Wall Street. Second, the shocking great developments from Congress. You're finally over the finish line, viewers. And then the details about the vaccine rollout. All incredible great news and more, along with details about SSI and SSDI. And with that, let's get to the breaking news for a Tuesday afternoon. This is the latest. Wall Street traded up for the day, ending about 1.5% up, both the Nasdaq and the Dow. After hours trading was hit by the news that Jeff Bezos is stepping down as CEO of Amazon, but he'll remain on the board. He cites his focus on other career goals, including the Washington Post and other philanthropic activities he want to do going forward. Meantime, those shares of those controversial stocks like GameStop, AMC, continue to plummet throughout the day as the opening of trading from Robinhood, that app, continued to roll out and allow the sales to go in. And the sales caused plummeting of those stocks that were pushed by an online message board, Reddit, and a subdivision called Wall Street Bets last week. Then, the big news today, Congress. Congress has now finalized the steps to get your bill to law as early as the end of this week. What does this mean, and how did this happen so quickly? Let me explain to you the breaking developments. The breaking developments involve a two-step process, which starts with something called a reconciliation, and the second stop, which is called the actual bill. The analogy I use is a tow truck and a hitch behind the to truck. The way a reconciliation process works is the following. The tow truck only requires Democrats to support it. You don't need a single Republican to support the tow truck. And the reconciliation says, hi, I have something on the back of the tow truck. It's hitched on the back. It's a bill. And I want to hitch it in and drive it to the finish line, over the finish line, to become law. Normally, the bill would require some Republican votes to be passed. But when hitched to the tow truck, the reconciliation, it doesn't need a single vote from a Republican. The process is called a reconciliation and a bill. So the reconciliation doesn't have anything in it substantively other than saying, hi, I have a bill behind me. I want to pull that over to the finish line. Today, we got confirmation that the reconciliation vote will be finalized by the end of today, and every Democrat is supporting the reconciliation. The reconciliation, the tow truck, will be finished. Then, next stop is dragging the tow hitch over the finish line as well. Because the reconciliation passes first, it lowers the threshold of the number of votes you need to get the bill over the finish line to only the Democrats. And the Democrats now have complete support, meaning the bill is becoming law by the end of this week. Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus package bill will become law by the end of this week. This comes amid breaking news this afternoon that Joe Biden's team told him, stop staying minor and go big and bold. Statements included indications that Joe Biden will continue to do more executive orders and go bigger and bolder and order his staff to say, don't worry about it. This came after concerns that Joe was going too slow. Insiders on Friday, first detail on this channel, told Biden that he needed to stop relying upon chats with Republicans because ultimately they were setting up him to delay. And that if he delayed, he couldn't use the reconciliation bit to get the bill over the finish line. Now, the reconciliation process of hitching something over the finish line is nothing new. It was done twice during the Trump administration in 2017 when the Republicans controlled both the House and the Senate. And the new indication says that Joe Biden may continue to use this reconciliation process to get other bills he wants finalized without a single GOP support. House Majority Whip Jim Clyburn said, don't try to go around them, but if they refuse to use it, use executive powers and do it, and then let them take you to court. Joe Biden, apparently, in the last 48 hours, said, I'm going to use as many executive orders as I can to get law and stimulus out. And if the Republicans want to challenge it, take me to court. Joe Biden and Ron Klain, who's his chief of staff, aren't going to make the mistake twice, said a Biden advisor. This isn't the time for small solutions. The mistake? Doing little things at a time and little things at a time. Rather, Joe Biden is trying to push things through very fast, very big, without any delay. But there's more good news on that as well. In the recording right after this, on third stimulus, I go over what is in the third stimulus package. You've been hearing it for a while. It's a $1,400 stimulus check. Yes, you'll be getting a $1,400 stimulus check within about 2 weeks from now, at the earliest, if this gets signed into law by the end of this week. $1,400 for individuals, $2,800 for married couples, $3,200 for adult dependents. It doesn't matter what walk of life you are. If you're on SSI or SSDI, you're getting a stimulus check as well. That is where we are on the stimulus check. But there's a lot of breaking news, which I first delivered on Home LA today, in which we now know there's a lot of other stuff in the stimulus package we had not heard before. Those items include the return of the EIDL grant. The EIDL grant is back in the third stimulus package. Also shocking, viewers, is the addition of mortgage assistance in the third stimulus package. I have all those details in the video right after this. But what's important to understand is that there's other great news about the stimulus package besides the provisions. The details concern a series of remarks by Joe Biden and his press secretary in the last 48 hours, in which he's now indicating privately he thinks he went too small on the bill. That's what the viewers of this channel have been saying for a while, that $1.9 trillion was too small. And so with that, that signals that Joe Biden may certainly be back with another stimulus package right after this. So with that, 3 items, SSI and SSDI, MSC and FPUC Retro, 2 of the items could still be coming. I have all those details coming up in a second. But let me turn more to what Biden's camp is now doing to do big stimulus and push it through without any delay. Biden has made a decision to use overwhelming force and fast, says Ron Emanuel. Don't do things 10 times at a time. Do one thing and do it well, and that's exactly what he's doing. This is very smart. It's laser focus. The flurry of activity has shown that this is a president on the job. If he gets Republican support, what appears to be a big package, then it moves him in that direction. That's a big win. But if he doesn't, he's just going to continue to do it as he wants to do it. That's exactly what the viewers of this channel and Bernie Sanders said all last week. Now, this is not unusual. During the Trump administration, they used reconciliation twice in the year 2017, but there's indication Biden could use it a lot more than even twice. Senator Elizabeth Warren, who was arguing over the weekend for big SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits, proclaimed support for the incredible use of the reconciliation process this week for your stimulus relief. She said, I feel good that we've identified what needs to be done and we have a plan to getting it done. I worried about the delay every day, and that goes on, but that doesn't pass. This has been a Republican approach from the beginning. It's Mitch McConnell's approach. Hold up, hold up, hold up. This is why Senate Democrats, including Bill Douster, chief of staff for the former Majority Leader Harry Reid, said you had to use the reconciliation process to get big things in very quickly. At the 13-minute mark of this video, what else is happening? Well, the other big news across the board is that this may not be your only stimulus package. Insiders now believe that Joe Biden thinks he could be back with another stimulus package. His press secretary and Joe Biden have both said they think that 1.9 was really a little bit too small. And so Joe Biden during the campaign trail said, if I need to have more stimulus packages, I will be back with more stimulus packages. The success of the reconciliation process here means that Joe Biden can be back in a one-week turnaround with another stimulus package anytime he wants going forward. That sniggles the ability to be back with MSC. Meantime, there's reports now that suggest that Joe Biden is trying to put the SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits as a standalone bill, not as part of this. In looking back at Joe Biden's 2020 December transition papers obtained by LL8, Joe Biden talks about whether he should do things as part of the stimulus package or as part of a standalone bill. The discussion in the statement and the news reports then said it was a debate whether it goes together or whether it goes separate. So for all accounts, there's no discounting and there's no concern that this isn't in the bill because it could and likely may come as a standalone bill thereafter. Then, great news about the vaccine today. Pfizer announces that it's going to be able to deliver 200 million doses of its vaccine by May, 2 months earlier. It originally announced that it was delivering it by July. This is incredible, great news. Pfizer says that its double dose is effective currently, but that it will continue to do more booster doses as variants of the virus, like the South African variant, grows. Meantime, we have good news about how many doses Pfizer already used. A new report out of Pfizer says that of the approximately 29 million doses it sent to the United States, 17 million have been used. So now we have a better accounting for where they are. Elsewhere, another great news, and this is also about the vaccine. Joe Biden issued a new statement today ordering that the vaccines be distributed to the pharmacies on your neighborhood corner. No less than 40,000 pharmacies across the country could be carrying your vaccine doses in the next couple of weeks. This is making it easier and faster to administer the doses. Joe Biden's promise is 100 million doses to 100 million people in 100 days. But there is now questions about how many doses he can do in 300 days. Joe Biden is now promising to ensure that he gets 300 million doses administered by no later than late summer. How is he going to do this? 6,500 retail stores nationally and 40,000 pharmacies nationally will have doses over the next few weeks. The White House announced today that it's doing that in addition to distributing 16% more doses over the next 3 weeks. It's also buying an additional 100 million doses of both Pfizer and Moderna to provide 300 million doses by the end of the summer. all the results of manufacturing are scaling up. And this is all incredible great news. The pharmacy program will expand access in neighborhoods across the country, so you can make an appointment and get your shot conveniently and quickly, said a Biden member today. There you go. So many details across the board, and we're just on a Tuesday morning. So how quickly could you see your stimulus check? Count out those 10 days from when it becomes law, potentially. You could see the tow hitch pulled by the tow truck over the finish line and become law by as early as the end of this week. That means you could see your $1,400 or $2,300 stimulus check as early as 10 days thereafter. And what else could you see? Tune into the video right after this on Third Stimulus Check and Third Stimulus Package, in which I go over the new details of more incredible items in the Third Stimulus Package you're only hearing first on this channel. And then I'm back live with What the Chuck, with the details and Q&A with you as well. Stay informed, stay focused, make sure you subscribe, and also like this video. And consider becoming a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Stay smiling, and stay with our life for more.